Now, let's begin to reveal this alternative victimological path, something never proposed in the world, different from the use of force, a harm reduction that has only covered the sun with a sieve, or the unrestrained release of drugs. To achieve this, initially, it is essential that we consider two pillars that must support a new global policy to combat drugs, namely, free will and the death of the living being. Free will, choice as a universal gift. Regardless of religious tradition, we find a common thread that unites views on free will, something that not even time, much less any legislation or local government, can take away from human beings. In the 19th century, the English philosopher John Stuart Mill revealed that, over himself and over his own body, the individual is sovereign. Well, amidst the complexities of doctrines and rituals, all major religions attribute to human beings the ability to choose, make independent decisions and shape their destinies. For example, whether through ethical discernment in Christianity, responsibility for actions in Islam, or understanding karma in Hinduism and Buddhism, free will is celebrated as a universal gift that defines our journey in existence. But what about death? Have you ever been afraid of death? Death, the inevitable part of the life cycle. We often resist the idea of death, fearing the unknown it represents. However, when we examine different philosophical and spiritual traditions, we realize that death is not in opposition to life, but rather an inevitable component of its cycle. Therefore, just like free will, no legislation or government could or will avoid the inevitable. However, as we will see in the next steps, they must have the obligation to travel the iter victimi, the journey or path of the victim, hand in hand with the victim himself, considered in all his dimensions. Haven't given your like yet? Share, subscribe and follow this step by step in the effective fight against drugs here on the channel.